Good morning, rat fans.
Hello, shipwrecks. Yes, I'm back. I do apologise that you're going to be bitten silence, but some Neanderthal, otherwise known as me, managed to change the settings on the GoPro so the microphone didn't work. Dope. Anyway, what am I doing today? Well, I'm a bit of a dinosaur when it comes to motorcycles. Every bike I ever have or had has had a carburetor. It's had throttle control. It hasn't had ABS. It hasn't had traction control. It's basically been me and the motorcycle. And apparently that's a bit outdated. Okay. So I decided that I would follow the example of my good friend Simon, who appears to want to test ride every single new motorcycle, and that I should bring myself into the 2020s. So, what did I do? I decided I was going to book a test ride on the Honda Rebel 1100. I did originally ask for it to be the geared one, but they only had a DCT, so we had that as well. So what with various modes, it being an automatic, and yeah, it was going to be an interesting ride. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Why am I trying a cruiser? Well, with my dodgy leg, I thought that perhaps it may be that time in my life to actually try something different. The only cruiser I've ever had, if you can even call it, was a VMAX. So this seemed like a really good idea to have a go at it. I'm really not quite certain who this motorcycle is actually aimed at. I'm not particularly a tall bloke. I'm 5'11". I have a long body, short legs, and I couldn't fit on this. Yeah, it's really weird. The foot pegs that are slightly forward are not forward enough, so you sort of end up with your legs feeling like you're in stirrups. So I'm sorry, ladies, that I now appreciate how awkward and unwieldy that is. And not having a clutch just completely threw me. Absolutely confused the hell out of me. Because I was putting up, going for the clutch, and obviously it's not there. And then I'm trying to put my leg down, and where my foot would go normally, there's the foot peg. So yeah, it just felt very, very weird. Yeah, the engine's lovely, don't get me wrong, it's really lovely and it does what it should do, but there's no feedback, I never felt like I was ever going to be out of control on it. It was just so sanitised, and I'm sure that's probably what people want, but I'm just not used to that idea. And the DCT, I imagine, is absolutely marvellous if you're up in London, up in the city, doing a lot of stop-start stuff. I imagine it's absolutely lovely, but really you don't get the feedback from it, and that's a bit unnerving. I was going into roundabouts and then finding out I was in third, and I didn't want to be in third. And I know people say, oh, you can hit the paddles and that, but I didn't really want that. And I'm sure it works marvellous. I mean, I've seen people on YouTube and they rave about it, but for me, as an old school, it didn't work for me. And I'm sorry for that, because I really did want to give it an option, give it a chance. So, my overall thoughts. It's not the bike for me. I'm not really quite certain who it's aimed at. It's not the Harley guys, because they're not gonna appreciate it. I don't know. I can't work it out. All I know is that it really hurt my hips. and my inside of my groin area because my legs were splayed out at a really weird angle, and it was really quite painful. You know, when I was only out half hour on the bike, and yeah, there was no way I could do a long journey on this. To modify it, yeah, you could probably modify it, but it's going to cost you money, and after outlaying X amount of money on this new bike, you're then going to have to live with this until your warranty runs out. Was, I think, 5-6 years on this before you can really change anything. And I don't think I could actually live with this for 6 years as it is. For someone else, probably perfect. It's nice and low, the centre of gravity is low. I'm sure it's absolutely a dream for someone, but just for me, I'm just going to stay with the old stuff because I understand that. Anyway, take it easy, and I'll catch you on the flip side.